Well, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Candace here with Crafting Elegance here on YouTube, and I go by Paper Crafting Elegance over on Instagram. For those who are already subscribed, thank you for returning back to my channel. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss any more of my videos. So today is the 25th of July and it's time to share the projects that I have made for the Smash That Small Paperpad Collab hosted by Deb Hoke of Deb Hoke's Crafty College. So for the month of July, I have been crafting a lot of Christmas projects. I have been participating in the PHA 2021 Christmas in July hosted by Kristianne's Crafty Adventures. I will have a link to that below. And throughout this month, we were to, make Christmas projects and post them each week on our YouTube channels or on our Instagram pages. So I continued with that theme this month for the Smash That Small Paper Pad, and I made a mini album using the Photo Play Folio number 5. Is a kit that looks like this. Sorry for the glare. It's pretty inexpensive. It was about 12 bucks. And it's a gatefold kind of folio. And PhotoPlay has a wonderful tutorial on how to put it together. So I followed that tutorial and I put this mini album together for myself. So when I made the mini album, I decided to use the collection I've been using all month long, which is the Doodlebug Night Before Christmas 6x6 paper pad. I'm pretty much almost done with this paper pad. Most of the papers have now come out, but I have actually been crafting with it all month long and it's almost smashed. So what I wanted to do was to walk you through the folio and show you how I used the 6x6 paper pad to put it together. So the folio has on the front of it, I created this Santa face, and I'm using the SVG files that coordinate with this collection. You can pick up these SVGs from either the Lori Whitlock website or the Silhouette store, and I will have a link to both below. So I used this Santa face. He is a little bit dimensional. He's popped up onto the paper. And then it opens with a magnetic closure. So this is the little belly band for the magnetic closure. It completely comes apart. So then as gatefold, it then opens like this to reveal the folio. So I really love how this is just gatefold and it can hold a lot. So I used the 6x6 paper pad here for the first 2 pages. And then inside, I'm using more of the pattern paper and more of the SVG files. So this here is the Santa and Cookies SVG file from the Lori Whitlock store. I just added some stickles on there to give it a little bit of shine. I don't know if you can see that. He's dimensional as well. This space does flip up like so. And I have used some of the ephemera from another collection, and I made it into a little tuck spot. Sorry, it's kind of needs a little bit more glue there, but it's a tuck spot. And then here I've added some of the tags from the collection. So they look like this, and I'm just going to use these more as like the little journaling spots. So there's a pocket here for them and also a pocket here. Then the paper opens like this to the next page, and right here I am just using another one of the SVG files. This one comes with the Santa and the reindeer, but I just took the reindeer off, and it is also a little tuck spot where you can put things in there. So then this is the next page. So it looks like this. So on this side, I created a photo mat. And then I'm using one of the cutter parts from the 12x12 paper, and I can use it to just journal on the back. So I thought that was cute. And this is a little pocket. It can still fit photos, either way. And then here in the center of the folio, it has a pocket for another photo mat. So I can put photos on the front or back. So that fits in there. Then on this side, I have another pocket. And again, this is another photo mat. And then this is one of the journaling cut aparts from the 12 by 12 paper that I've matted that I can either journal on this side and put a photo on the back. It's a 3 by 4. So that fits into there. And then the next page opens like so. Here is another pocket for a photo mat. With photos on the front and back. And I layered this paper multiple times because I wanted to make sure it was really sturdy. It's not that sturdy for the folio. It's made out of 110 cardstock, but I don't think it is that sturdy. So I layered it a couple times to ensure the sturdiness. So then it opens like this. And here is the next page. And here I'm using another one of the little journaling spots. And then here is the reindeer SVG that I created to have a tuck spot there. And then on this side, I have another little tuck spot. So you can see with the this little embellishment that I created as an SVG, I created that as a tuck spot as well. And then over here in the center, we have the flip through folio. So it's the layered 4x6, I think these are about 4x6 flip throughs. So I just matted it on the back with some dotted paper that I picked up from Simple Stories. It's a Simple Stories brand and it matched really well with this 6x6 collection. So this is more of the pattern paper of the 6x6 that I used. And then lastly, there's a pocket back here that I'm just using some of the tags from the 12 by 12 and posting them back here. So I can use these as pictures or more journaling, whatever you decide to do. And then here's the last one. So, and then it just closes like this. You can do the flip through like that. And then all together closes. And then on the back, I'm just using some of the 12 by 12 paper from the collection, just because the back of the book is about 7.5 inches long and the 6x6 paper would not look well there. So I just use some of the 12 by 12. And then again, you just go ahead and put the belly band back on and it snaps closed like that. And that is the mini album. This was a lot of fun to create. It was pretty easy using the pre-cut kit and then also watching the video. So that's the first project. Now, since I've been crafting in that 6x6 paper pad, I also made a few other projects. So I have made, and I have other videos on this, but I made some treat toppers. And this one here is using some of the 6x6 paper. It's using one of the doodle pops from the collection. And then a sentiment from my stash that I believe is from Paper Tray Ink. And then here's the tag that I made as well using some of the 6x6 paper and more of the doodle pops. This sentiment comes from My Creative Time. The tag die is from MFT. If I didn't say this before, this bag topper comes from Jaded Blossom. And then this other tag, I pretty much used the same MFT tag. I just cut it down. And then I went ahead and created this little paperclip bow. And then the Merry Christmas here comes from Tailored Expression. So again, I'm using some more of my scraps of the 6x6 paper. So here are the Christmas cards that I made with the collection. So I'll start off with this card. And this is using the SVGs, and this is some of the 6x6 paper. This SVG file is from you can get it either from the Lori Whitlock store or the Silhouette store. And then the sentiment here comes from Lawn Fawn. I did layer this up a little bit. And on the inside, I did stamp a sentiment. This sentiment comes from Stampin' Up. It's a really old stamp set. And the stamp set looks like this. If you still have it in your collection, it's called More Merry Messages. Some of the Stampin' Up stamp sets that I have, I'm just never going to get rid of them because they're just kind of classic to me and I can use them all the time. So the next card looks like this, and it's using some of the gingerbread paper This sentiment here, the Happy Holidays, comes from Stampin' Up. From Our Family to Yours is coming from My Creative Time. And I just combined those two together. I don't have a sentiment on for this card just yet, but I thought this was cute. And again, these SVGs are from either Lori Whitlock or the Silhouette Store. The next card that I made is using more of those SVGs. So again, that's here, and I've added some stickles. This cookie is also part of the collection. I just did not add the faces, so you don't always have to add the faces with the Doodlebug SVGs. So you can see here that it would normally have the faces to it, but I didn't do that. And on the inside, it has the same sentiment from the Stampin' Up. And the next card here, more of the SVGs. And this is using some of the 12 by 12 pattern paper from Doodlebug. I just like the background of it. This is from the Petite Prince. I use the SVG file. This sentiment comes from My Favorite Things. And then the stitch snow that I'm trying to imitate here on top of the house. It is a die that comes from Lawn Fawn. And on the inside, I'm just using some of the scrap 6x6 pattern paper, using that up. And the sentiment here, Merry Christmas, comes from that Stampin' Up stamp set. So that's card number 4. And then card number 5, my last one. I really like this one a lot. This one is using another SVG file from the collection. I layered it 3 times to make that wreath, and then cut out the circles in the various different colored paper. And then I added glossy accents to give it some shine. This sentiment is also an older stamp set from Stampin' Up, and I use it every year. And then on the inside, I've matted some more of the 6x6 paper scraps, and then using this sentiment also from Stampin' Up. So these are all the projects that I made this month for the Smash That Small Paper Pad using the Doodlebug 6x6 paper pad called Night Before Christmas. Thank you guys all for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel, as well as my Instagram, that is Paper Crafting Elegance over on IG. So until next time, happy crafting. Bye.